Hey folks, Michael here, and this is the 6th day of my 100 Days of Making Comics challenge. Today is Wednesday, September 23rd, and tomorrow I start class and work back at the daycare. I've got work very early in the morning, so I had to finish my writing as soon as possible so that I can put together this video and go to sleep, hopefully by 11. Right now it's about 10:12. Today was another writing day for me. I went back to the idea that I had previously, and I also decided to combine a few of the ideas from my other story, or from my other idea for the one-shot into this one. And I realized what my problem was yesterday was that I wasn't invested in this outsider character at all. I hadn't even thought about who he was or even what his name was, but now I've got a pretty good handle, I think, on his character, or at least a good starting point. And once I had that, it was pretty easy just to flesh a lot of the rest of the story out. And I just started I started with this very loose outline. I'm just moving from the beginning forward, detailing in pretty good detail the scenes and the exchanges of the characters. And so I'm actually pretty happy with the amount of writing that I got done today. I think it's been about an hour since I got home, which I wasn't actually wanting to do that much writing. I wanted to only work for a half an hour so that I could, go to bed soon, but it just kind of happened that way, which I'm happy for, I suppose. Hopefully I won't end up being tired in the morning as a result of this. I'm going to bring my laptop to college tomorrow so that hopefully between my classes or between my work shift or something, I'll be able to just sit down in the library and do some writing, which will be interesting, and maybe I'll even do my video on the way home, but no promises, because I might end up getting totally embarrassed walking through and talking to myself in front of the camera. I've gotten more used to doing it just in my room here with my roommates in there, because I've been forced to do that for a couple days in a row. But I don't know if I'm ready to talk to myself in front of a camera while other people are in the same room as me, or while I'm out in public. But maybe, I have seen other people walking around with cameras pointed at their face doing vlogs, since that's just the kind of town that I live in. So, maybe one of these days that'll happen, and I think that would make for an interesting video. So I'd like to do that. I've decided that the story isn't going to be told completely from the perspective of this outsider character, whose name is Jason Andrew Diehl. Probably about a third, or maybe no more than a half is going to be also getting involved in Alex's and Addie's side of this same story. So basically Jason is kind of a down on his luck kind of guy. He's in his mid to upper 20s, recently unemployed, and recently lost his girlfriend and his young daughter when, Addie goes and, approaches him about becoming involved in her business, I guess. After she meets up with him, the perspective goes to Addie and Alex for a little while, and they return home, and you get to see Addie with her little sister, and so you're sort of getting an idea for Addie's motivation behind this whole thing, and a more complex view of her personality, because at this point all you've seen her do is just go up to this boy, and she seems to be a somewhat approachable character, but I don't think you're entirely trusting her, even this early in the story. And I think through the course of the one-shot, it's going to become pretty clear that Addie is not the most trustworthy person in the world, that Jason is definitely a lot better off parting ways, but unfortunately when he tries to do that, he finds that it's a lot harder to get away from Addie once you're involved with her than he initially suspects. So I guess now I need to design Jason eventually, which will be interesting, and so far 2 of the other main characters haven't appeared in the script, and I don't think I'm going to have them, so it's just going to end up being Alex, the main male character, Addie, the main female character, April, who's one of Addie's friends, and Jason, who's the outsider character. And I believe those are the only plot relevant characters, and of course Stella is in there, but she's not very important in this storyline, I don't think. She's just sort of there to offer you perspective about Addie. Which maybe it's not good to have her just being one-dimensional like that, but it is just a one-shot. It's not like I can go... It's not reasonable to expect that every single character in there is going to be completely fleshed out. Tomorrow I'll do some more writing, and maybe between classes I'll be able to also do some drawing, or maybe if if I get really bored in class, I'll do some design work for Addie or Jason. But for now, I think I'm gonna wrap it up for the day. Thank you guys for joining me tonight, and this has been the 6th day. So I will see you guys tomorrow.